Sorry, I had a brief interruption. All right, so I'm back now. So we we're going to we're going to explore the cars table. So we could have used any other table, could have used anyone at all. We have used could have used any table at all, but let's just explore this car. So we want to check the head, you know, of the data. So click our so this is the this so this is the data. This is the first 20 something this thing there. So now let's go straight into the business process, the business problem. So the first problem is telling us to insert a new service booking into the service table from a car that has been serviced previously. So remember we've done something of such in our SQL in our MySQL. So what we just want to do is just want to just add. Already I added two already here. I added two bookings here already. So we can't add again because if you can't add, you can't use the same code, you can't use the same information. If you do that, it will return an error because it's going to be a duplicate entry. So I had to use another number. If you look at the serial number, you see it's S2006138. The the ones we had already stopped at 137. So we added it. So use the insert function. Use the insert query function. Insert query is equal to just copy your code the way it is from your SQL. Just copy the way it is from your SQL. Sorry. Just copy it the way it is from SQL. Copy it, insert into services, values, blah 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 blah. You copy it and you paste it in your Python. So you paste it here and you use your cursor uh, function. And not sure cursor function, the method is execute and then you insert your variable. That's your variable is insert query. So let me remove this one. Okay, this one does not really make any effect. So you can actually remove it. This connection does commit. It doesn't really impact anything. So that's why I blank it out. I grade it off. So then use print. Use your print. So you are printing service booking is inserted. So this this will pop up. This will pop up. Service booking is inserted will pop up if this two lines of code is successful. So if this line is successful, it's going to pop up. So let's see. So you can see service booking is inserted. So that means that uh, our code is successful. So now we should also see if what we have done is successful. So let's view the table. So business problem one result to view the newly added service booking in the data frame. So use your query function. Query equals to the same code that we use in SQL. Select all from services. Then so you create an object for services. That's service table. So you create an object for service table, call it service data equals to PD, that's from Panda dot method read SQL. Remember to put in your variable, your query variable here, then comma, then you put your database variable, which is my DBL. Then let's view our service data. So you can see that the number 138 S200138 has been added successfully. So you can see it has been added. So then second problem is you are retrieving data from the service book. So you are retrieving data of the data of so you're getting the name of any mechanic who has worked on previous services of a car involved in a new service booking, together with some other information. So this we've done already in our SQL. So we don't really need much. Uh, it's not a lot of things to do. It's not really need much things to do. What is things that are important here is the variable retrieve query. So retrieve query, you write the command retrieve query as the variable. Then you go to your SQL. Go to your SQL. So just copy everything here, copy it out. You copy it out and you go to your visual code and you paste it here. Paste it inside uh these three quotation mark. So you paste it inside it. You can see it. So then you use your cursor. Remember cursor. Cursor is one of the functions from the MySQL dot connector library that we imported earlier. So you run it through the cursor dot execute. That executes it for you. Then you put in your variables, which is retrieve query variable. Then results. So this results column and this result and columns is they are important if you are using the print function. If you are going to use print function, you need to assign what your result should be. You need to assign your columns, how your columns should look like. You need to assign it. So okay. So then you put print service booking. So what this is going to do is that it will print service booking, then it will print the columns. So the columns you will see the names of the mechanic, you see their service ID, you see and their service ID, those two of anybody that's working on that car. So then you write your uh you write your for loop. So for result in result, print result. So but you can see that I've already I grade it out because I want to stick with the I want to stick with the data frame from Panda format. So if I so I kind of bypass this code. So maybe on your own end, I don't know which one is acceptable. I don't know what template is acceptable. Whether you have to use the print method or you have to use Panda. But I think I like Panda instead. So you assign your Panda. So I'm creating a variable called business prob 2. So business problem 2 is equal to you run your code and remember to put your variables, you run it. So name and this so there are no there are no mechanics available. I mean there are no mechanic that is working on that uh, car booking on that car based on the question. So business problem 3, what we have to do here is to find the total service time per mechanic within a period of time. Okay, within a period of time. Okay, this 24 hours time. 24 hours time. Yeah. So all right. So we're going to find this. So that one is the same process. You go to your SQL, copy this code, copy it out, copy it out and come and paste it. Come and paste it exactly after you must have written your retrieve query is equal to then three uh, quotation mark. You paste in your code, you close the quotation, Remember to put your cursor function and all those things. Put everything there. So you can use, like I said earlier here, you can use the print function. The print function, you write it, or you can use your Panda, your data frame function. So let's run it. So this way, you're going to see you're going to see the two. You're going to see the result in two formats. You see it using the print function, and you see it using the data frame. So you can, from here, you really appreciate which one is better. You can know, you can really say, okay, you're going to stick with, but because from the way I'm seeing it, from the way I'm seeing it here, I think I'll go with the data frame format. It's more organized that way. It's more organized on the data frame. So it's more organized. All right. So problem 4. So we are listing the names and the email address of customer who own a car where the date of next service falls between two given dates. So it's still the same retrieve variable that you are going to create. You create that and you copy your codes from this thing again from problem 4. You copy your codes here exactly the way it is, and you paste it and you run your codes. The same format, the same thing you did in problem 3. So you run the code, and this is what you have. So you have it like this. So personally, I prefer. I think I prefer the output using data frame from Panda, because look at this, look at the date, look how organized it is. But look at the date of what you get when you use your print function. It's in comma. I mean, who writes dates in comma? So it's better to just stick with the Panda data frame format. So maybe from your own end, you can remove these ones, remove this command, and use something that is more organized. All right. So the fifth problem. So we are making a mechanic unavailable, then getting the services they may be involved with during those days of unavailability. So first thing to do is we need to alter the table by adding a column on the availability status. So you create a variable, alter mechanics, create a variable is equal to, you go to your code, your SQL code, you go to your SQL code, you copy this code, go back here, paste it here. So remember to put your default constraint, which tells the tells the computer, tells the software to make the uh, availability column, the to make the status column, status availability column, to make it available, to fill it up with available automatically. So after doing that, so let's see the changes on the mechanic table. So we want to see the changes on the mechanic table. So you are going to use another query, right? Select query, then you select all from mechanic. So now we want to see what has happened if want to see if the status column has been added to the table. So that's why we are using this code. So you create mechanic data as an object, as a variable object, and you use your pd.r and pd.read SQL, put your variables and your database variable, and you run it. So then I want to change. Okay, let's do that first. Okay, so it's showing here. Okay, so you can see the status. Okay, so maybe you can like to separate out this from this part. So you can separate it out into another code cell, another code cell. But because the way it is here, this code is this from this part is talking about is trying to change the availability of one of the mechanic to unavailable. So just by choosing, I chose Alan Turing. So choose Alan Turing with the ID number E2648. So we need to create an update variable. So update Alan. So update Alan. So you go to your SQL code, SQL code. So you copy this code, copy the code to update. So you copy it and you go here and you paste it inside your three quotation mark. You paste it inside and you run the code. So you put all these things, cursor execute. So this executes the cursor, and you want it to return Alan availability is changed. You want it to return that once the code is successful. So when you run it, when you run the when you execute the cell, you get Alan availability is changed. Then you also get the data frame of the new table now. So you can see that Alan is unavailable. So now to finalize the problem 5. So we want to get a list of any services Alan Alan may be involved in on the day C is unavailable. So you use your retrieve query variable, set it at that, and go to your SQL, copy out this code, copy it, and you go to your Jupyter and you paste it just the same way we've been doing since. You paste it here. So so you paste it here and you can run the code. Okay, you can run the code. So you can see that I made these ones comment. I inactivated these codes. So I wanted to just to just see I wanted to just use the data frame format. So at the same time, I was also trying to see if we don't run no, I wanted to see that I wanted to see if this cursor.execute query, if it's going to affect our Panda from doing what it does, from giving us a data frame, giving us our result in data frame. And thankfully, it didn't affect it. So apparently, it's I think the cursor.execute format, the cursor.execute function is really applicable to if you are going to present your results using the print function. So so that's that. So I've inactivated it. Yet the okay, sorry, it's supposed to be business problem 5. So let me run again. So you can see now, you can see the result here. So I think that's the end of the this thing. That's how to link your Python, your Jupyter notebook with your this thing. So then you also want to close. You want to close the. All right. So that brought us to the end of the Python connection, and so you might want to you really want to close your uh, project. You want to call it a day. So what you do is you go to the end of the this thing, you add a code block. So my DB, remember our database object of variable is my DB. So just put that and you run it. So that's going to close. It's going to cut off the connection from from the what do you call this, from the MySQL. So that's the end of the this thing. Thank you.